If you're watching the game, you realize that Dan Lanning is going to go for 2-point conversions. He's going to go for it on fourth down. This was the conversation last year, by the way. In the losses last year, Dan Lanning did this. And in the losses, they were unsuccessful on fourth down. And guess what? On Saturday, they were unsuccessful on fourth down, but it calls into question the timing with which some of these fourth downs occurred and the situation in which some of these fourth downs occurred. So let's go into two of them specifically. There was a 4th and goal right before halftime, under 10 seconds to go in the half. Washington's up 22-18, and Oregon decides to go for a 4th and goal. Now, I disagree with this call from Dan Lanning. Now, let's go to the end of the game. It's 4th and 3. They're up 33-29. There's about 2:10 left in the game. They go for it. I don't hate it. I think more people are talking about this situation at the end of the game than they are the one before the half. Let's walk through both of them quickly. The one before the half is I feel like more of a wrong decision, even if that's your mentality, even if that's what you want to do as a coach. If you want to be aggressive on fourth down, that's fine. That's fine. And I'm not going to take that away from Dan Lanning. That's the way he coaches. However, in that situation specifically, part of the advantage of going for it on fourth down inside the 10, so 4th and goal, let's just call it 4th and goal. Part of the advantage of going for it on 4th and goal is the fact that, yes, you can increase, that can be a 4-point play because you go for it rather than kick the field goal. So that's a 4-point delta. So it's a 4-point play. That's a huge delta to put on one snap of the football. Okay, that's obvious. There's also this sentiment that, hey, even if we fail, we're setting ourselves up in the future of this game, down the road in this game, namely our next possession, for a likelihood of getting the ball in a spot on the field where we're going to have a higher percentage to score, i.e. better field position. Okay, so if it's the normal course of the game and I go for it on fourth down, even if I'm unsuccessful, I can then create great field position in my next offensive series based on the fact that they're backed up. I thought Dan Lanning mismanaged that part of the game. That's the time to take the field goal. You don't have any of the benefits of not succeeding on your 4th and goal. Now, let's go to the end of the game. Less egregious. So now you have to think to yourself, like, Dan Lanning's nature is aggressiveness. That's the way he's built this entire program. Fake punts against Colorado, 4th downs against everybody, 2-point conversions against everybody. Play to the strengths of your best players, namely your quarterbacks.